Today's video, we're going to learn how you can create a Power Apps accordion form. And before we start, let me show you what I mean. If you remember this app, the one that I have shown in my previous video, and if you have not watched that, go ahead and give a look. So in that video, I have shown this Power Apps accordion for gallery. And today's we're going to see the same approach for Power Apps form. So this app is nothing but showing me all different work progress status. You can see these are the different tasks that I have, and this is the accordion behavior for the gallery. But if I click on the edit icon here, now I am on the Power Apps form, and where I can see a similar behavior of accordion. So I have different fields grouped together, and on click of these title, I can expand, collapse these different fields as I'm working on this form. So this is something we're going to build. It is very useful if you have a large form and you don't want to display everything all together and your user is going to scroll all the way to the end to find something. If you like it and if you want to do or learn how you can do yourself, stay tuned. Hey guys, this is Deepak Srivastav and welcome to my channel. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click subscribe and also the notification bell. Okay, so we're going to learn how we can create a Power Apps form accordion behavior or expand collapse behavior. So where we're going to start, you all know. Go to make.powerapps.com. This is where we're going to build our app. Okay, so I'm going to create a new app here. Okay, so my app is created. Now quickly what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop a gallery here so that can connect to my work progress tracker list. Okay, and of course I need to connect to the data. So connect to your SharePoint list that you would like to create this accordion form. Okay, so I connected to my work progress tracker list. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to give that list as a data source for this gallery. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to make some changes here on click or on select of any of these items. I'm going to set a variable. So we are setting a variable that's going to store the current item information. Next, I'm going to insert another screen here. This is my form screen. And on this screen, let's drop a form. You can select any editor display. We are going to update the form mode later. Okay, so that's the form. Connect to data. So data is going to be the work progress tracker list, what we had before. And as soon as you do that, it's going to create the form. I want to keep it as one column because we are creating accordion. So this is also another point that you need to remember. Because you are creating this accordion behavior, you need to keep this as one column. Layout you can select either vertical or horizontal. Then item property of this form is going to be the variable that we have created. Okay. And then I'll go to the screen. And once you click on any of the item in this gallery, we are going to set the item and then navigate to our form screen. And from the form screen, I'm going to just insert an icon to go back. Okay. So let's see if this part is working as expected. So I click on that. You can see all of the information. So the first thing that we need to do, we need to create the accordion behavior and how you can do that. You need to understand or you need to know how many grouping you want to create in your form. So in this example, we're going to break this into three parts. We're going to have the journal details, then we're going to have assignments and attachments. So we are creating these three grouping for this form. Click on the edit fields here. Click on these three dots and add a custom card. So what we are doing here, we are creating or inserting a custom card into this form. So click that. It's going to insert that custom card here. You can expand the form and it should be at the end. I'm going to rename it So this is my journal details header. Now I need to position it correctly. So this should be, because this is my first tab, it should be all the way on the top, right here, because that's my first header. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to insert a button here. And this is very similar how we did in for gallery. And then little bit of sizing. So size of this button going to be parent.width, should be here. And then I don't want this large, so my button is ready. And we need to change the text on this button. So what we are calling this one is general details. This is my first accordion. Now let's do the next. Again, follow the same step. Go to these three dots, add a custom card. It should be added at the down, rename it. Okay, and then we need to again position it correctly. So what I want this to be here. So I am grouping start date, due date, assigned to notes. Then again, same thing, we are going to insert a button here. You can set the width, resize the card, and change the text for this button. And this is going to be assignments. Now, again, very similar, we need to add another accordion because I'm trying to group in 3 categories. This is my third data card, and I'm going to rename this to attachment. Okay, let's run this. So we have general details, we have our assignments, and then we have all the attachments. We need to rename this button to attachment, so we will do that. Okay, so our form is ready, but we need to add the logic that allow us to expand collapse, right? So how we can do that? So what we're going to do on select property of these buttons, we're going to add a logic here. Okay, so what we are doing, we are setting a variable called variable show fields. This is our first grouping, right? So I'm tagging this as 1. So what we are saying, if this is equal to 1, then set it to 0. Okay, if not, then set this is equal to 1. And similarly, for the second tab, we are going to use the same logic here. So on select, but in this case, because this is my second grouping, I'm going to check with 2. So if this is 2, then set it to 0. If not, then set it to 2. And why we are setting it to 0? Because we are going to use 0 to collapse. So if it is not expanded, then expand it. If it is already expanded, then collapse it. So the set variable to 0 is going to help us to collapse it if it is already expanded. And very similar for the third grouping, we are going to do very similar logic there on select. And this time, yes, you are right, it's going to be 3. Now, if you have more, it's going to be 4, 5, and you can have any number of accordion as you want. Now, we just have set up the variable, right? Now, but we need to also show hide these fields based on the selection. Okay, so select all the fields or the card that you like to visible if the general details tab has been clicked. And the visual property of all of these cards is going to be this. So what we are saying, if it is equal to 1 or it is equal to -1, then show it, else don't show it. Now, what is this -1 is for? So the -1, actually, if you remember in my app, I have this small toggle. So this small toggle actually helping me to expand all together and collapse all together, right? So we are going to use this -1 to expand all of them. Okay, very similar we're going to do for the second grouping. Go to the visual property. This time it's going to be 2 because that's the second group. -1 or false. And the last one, we know the attachment. Again, very similar. Instead of 1, it's going to be 3. Correct? Now let's run it and see what's happened. So if I click on general detail, it is displaying all of the fields. If I click it again, it's going to collapse. And this is where that 0 is coming into the picture. If I click on assignments, every assignments fields, all the assignments fields are getting displayed. and attachment, right? So everything is working as expected. Okay, now if I go back to my screen one, and now if I click on, let's say, first item, and as you can see here, right? So app is working, all the data has also been populated, and I can see all the details here. Okay, now a little bit of user experience, right? So you see that button, select all of these three buttons actually. And what we're gonna do, you see this border radius, I'm gonna set it to 0. It will become a rectangle instead of rounded corner. Okay, so I made some more changes for the UI, like adding the border, white border for each of these data card with one. So you can see the little bit of lining between these, and you can do a lot of styling. Like for an example, in this app, I'm actually using an image on top of the button. So you can see it's like a faded image there. So that's up to you how you want to style it. You can style it any way. There's so many ways you can style it using the images or styling the button itself, and so many other ways, right? So the next, what we need to do, we need to put an icon so we know which card or which grouping has expanded or which one is not. So you need to go to the card and select one of the field. We have only button here, and then insert one icon there. And we also need to just duplicate that because we need both expand and collapse icon. Okay, and then also some coloring so it can look good. So I'm going to make it white. Now, when you want to display them, so the logic is very simple. We want to show the plus or expand icon when that particular grouping is collapsed, right? So the plus should be displayed only when the variable show field is not equal to 1. And if it is equal to 1, then do not show that plus icon. And similarly for the collapse icon or the minus icon, we are going to use just the reverse of it. So if it is 1, then this should be true, else it should be false. And I'm going to just copy these two and repeat them for each grouping that I have here. Okay, and the logic will change a little bit for the true false because this is the second group, so it should be 2 here. And this is my third grouping, so this should be 3. Now let's run it. Okay, so as you can see here, now the icons are changing itself. When it is expanded, I can see the collapse icon, and when it is collapsed, I can see expanded icon, right? And you can use any other icon as you wish. So Accordion is working as expected. Now let's do the last thing that we need to do is adding that toggle button that can allow us to expand everything or collapse everything. So I'm going to insert a toggle, and the logic is very simple for the toggle. The only thing that we need to do, if it is checked or turned on, then we are going to set this variable show field equal to -1. And if you remember that -1 is what we are using in the logic of true display, right? So if it is -1, then it should be display all of the fields. And similarly for uncheck, we are going to set it to 0. And as you know, 0 is when everything is going to collapse. Let's run it. As you can see, it's on now, so all the fields are expanded. And if I turn it back off, everything is collapsed. Very simple, easy to use. Now, if I run the app from the gallery and if I select any of these item, I can, as you can see here, I can quickly jump on to my form that has the accordion behavior. I can click and see all of these different grouping all together. The form itself has no change. So the behavior of the form, if you're going to add new field, you can of course add that particular field to a particular group, saving the form, updating the value. Nothing is going to have any impact based on this grouping. Now let me add a couple of more logic here. So let's say you want to add also new item here. So if I add an add icon here, this is to create new task. What I need to do, the first thing that I need to do, I need to set the form mode, the one that we have, right? So on select of this form, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a variable called variable form mode. Then I'm going to set the mode to new. So this variable will hold the value. And then after that, I'll navigate to my form screen. And I need to also update this variable. When I'm selecting a particular item from the gallery, I need to set the form mode to edit, correct? And then in the form itself, and as you know, the form also have the default mode. So instead of hard coding this default mode to edit, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set it to this variable that we have. Okay, now let's run this. If I'm going to click on the plus icon, as you can see, I'm getting an empty form, so I can create a new item. But if I click on a particular item, I'm getting an edit form. Similarly, it can be applied to a view form. You just need to set the form mode to view. You can also change the behavior from vertical to horizontal. Nothing gonna change. It's still, you will have the same behavior here. Okay, yeah, so that's it. This was the quick walkthrough of how you can create an Accordion Power Apps form. Yeah, so go ahead and give a try. Leave the comment if you like it, or if you have any question. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and thanks for subscribing. Thank you.